Mallory, let's go to the hotline. Let's go to the Alamo City. We're pleased to be joined by the head coach of the #1 private school team in the state, the San Antonio Holy Cross Knights. We're joined by Coach Mike Harrison. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for having us on.
Absolutely. We appreciate your time. I want to ask you kind of a broad strokes question here. You guys have risen to be the #1 team of the Dave Campbell's Texas football private school rankings. Coming off of last year's, I know, kind of tough loss to Dallas Christian in the state championship game. Coming into the year, if I had told you, hey, we're going to be talking to you undefeated in Week 8, the #1 team in the state, would that have surprised you?
The undefeated part, absolutely. I felt like that this group of kids had the attitude and the desire to be successful, but we played a couple of Division I schools in Antonian and Central early in the year that I thought would, certainly be numbers-wise, and talent-wise possibly stronger than us. And then San Antonio Christian and Weimer's a very strong public school program that is, I think they went to the regional championship or the regional semifinals last year. I mean, it was, I would have been surprised at undefeated. Let's put it that way.
You are a veteran there at Holy Cross in your 13th or 19th season there, rather.
Yes.
I'm curious to from your perspective, how different the program is now from maybe the one you took over nearly 20 years ago. What has been the biggest change that you've seen at the Holy Cross program?
I think one thing that we've tried to do here more than in the past is we've really strived for balance offensively. Holy Cross has always been known for being a very physical, very tough-minded football team. That is something that was etched in stone here before I ever got here. Holy Cross is a very rare, and I do mean very rare, school in the state of Texas, in the fact that over the last, I want to say 40 years, they've only had 3 head coaches total. And the culture has been ingrained as far as work hard, very tough physical kids. That's been here. What we've strived for is to be more balanced offensively. We wanted to be able to throw as well as run. And in the past, we've been primarily a run-oriented physical team. This year, we felt like, and in the past few years, I think we've just evolved into being a more balanced football team.
Talking with Mike Harrison, the head coach of the San Antonio Holy Cross Knights here on Texas Football Today. Get involved in the conversation, #TF Today. Coach, you mentioned wanting that balance, wanting to be able to run the ball and throw the ball. It sure seems like it helps if you've got a guy like Gibby Alvarado at the helm who can do both of those things.
Absolutely. It's kind of funny how when you strive for balance, you usually say, hey, we want to be a balanced team. Usually there's a quarterback that can sling the pill around a little bit. He has absolutely been, for us, just a godsend as far as his effort and work ethic. The kid is a great kid. Student of the game is what I tell people, but what I love about Gibby more than anything else is just he's a very quiet, stoic kind of kid. Nothing seems to rattle him. And to be successful, you can't really be too high or too low at quarterback. You're only as good as the previous play, according to most folks. So the kid has really, really, really been exactly what we need, and he's kind of taken the mental leadership on and done a great job with it.
He's been absolutely spectacular. I know we've gotten to talk about him on the Bill Ford Tough Player of the Year show, or Player of the Week show on Valley Sports. He's been unbelievable. I don't want to overlook, though, the other side of the ball, where your defense has been just terrific. It was excellent last year in a run to a state championship game. It seems like even now it's taken another step. What has been the difference on the defensive side that has you guys playing like this?
Oh, we play absolute team ball. We pursue. Our kids understand the importance of doing their job and not trying to do somebody else's. Too many times in high school sports, kids think that, they have to be the one that does it all. And in our defense, it's built around layers, and that each individual has a job to do within that layer of their defense, or their responsibility, and they do. Our kids are exceptional at it. And what's really cool is we have some young ones that are coming up behind them that are hungry and hardworking and are kind of taking that mantle on when they get on the field. So I'm excited about that group. Yeah, We've got a couple of kids at linebacker. We've got several 4-year starters. Secondary has been, I mean, I think we got like 14 interceptions in 7 games, some crazy number like that. Just a fun group of kids that gets after it every snap and pursuit. Do it every day.
Yeah, Coach, I got to tell you, I don't want to tell you how you do your job, but you keep calling the touchdown play with Gibby, and keep calling the interception play on the defense. Feels like they're going to make you look pretty good.
Yeah, those kids tend to make, having good kids makes coaches look like they know what they're doing. That's what I've heard.
It's Mike Harrison of San Antonio Holy Cross. Coach, I do want to ask you, you got a game tomorrow night in Robinson at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock. You guys will take on Dallas First Baptist in what I can confidently say is the strangest game of the week. It is a non-district game sandwiched in the middle of district play for both these teams. It is a matchup of unbeatens. It is a matchup of state-ranked squads. Can you just tell us, I guess here's a dumb question, but why is this game happening?
Coach Laverne and I were talking about it last spring. We had a situation where we had a district schedule that was full, and one of the schools in our district dropped out. And when they dropped out, it left us with an opening. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know many schools that have open dates in October. And we were looking around for a game, and Coach Laverne called me and said, "Hey, Coach, look, we have an open date, same date as you. We'd love to play you." And I knew what we were getting into. They're beyond spectacular. Looking at the film on these guys, it's I'm asking myself the question why I did this. And the thing that got me though about why is the game happening, if we really, really, really want to contend for a state championship, and if we are serious about that, we need to be challenged and we need to be pushed, and we need to have somebody that's going to look at us and say, "Hey, Coach, here's where you're not very good. Hey, Coach, here's where we're going to attack you here." And the good teams are going to see that. And I can assure you that Dallas First Baptist is going to show us our weaknesses and make sure that we work on them before we make a run in the playoffs.
It is an absolutely fascinating game going on tomorrow night in Robinson with the San Antonio Holy Cross taking on Dallas First Baptist. And the head coach of those Holy Cross Knights, Coach Mike Harrison. Coach, we sure appreciate your time. Congratulations again on such a great start, and best of luck tomorrow night in Robinson.
Going to be fun. Thanks a bunch, man.